Good evening, good morning, whatever time of the world, whatever time it is in your part of the world. This is your girl, Eating with Food for Thought, Renee. And tonight I am going to be making some biscuits. I got 2 biscuit recipes that I want to share with you guys. The first one is called Pan Biscuits. So easy. I mean, these will probably be in the oven in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'm setting my timer so we can see what's really good. Okay, first thing you're going to need is 2.5 cups of flour. Now this flour I'm using, let me see what I got here. This is, my trusty dusty Pillsbury. Y'all know I love that Pillsbury. I am that Pillsbury person. So 2.5 cups of flour. Yep, 2.5 cups of flour. And this is one of those no roll. We're not going to be rolling anything. Let me get my water. My mama said, make sure you have your water. Got my water. Okay, 2.5 cups of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, which is on deck. Baking powder. 1 teaspoon of salt. Tonight I'm using sea salt. 2 tablespoons of that good baker's fine sugar. 1/2 cup of butter, which goes in a minute. Excuse me, water break. And what we got? 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. And I'm also going to add 1/2 cup of frozen blueberries. It's my buttermilk. Just follow along. Everything's already pre-measured. So this is the baking powder, salt, and sugar. It's going in. Stir this up. Simple, quick. Buttermilk. Notice I'm not putting any shortening or butter inside my buttermilk. 1 3/4 cups. To the sink. At this point, I'm going to add the blueberries. Okay, fold this in. When I found this recipe, I was so juiced. Oh my goodness, was I juiced. And if you feel like you don't have enough buttermilk, just add some more. At your discretion, what you want. Like I'm going to do. So because I used 2.5 cups of flour, this looks like it needs 2 cups of buttermilk. Or go 2 cups of flour, 1 3/4 cups of buttermilk. Okay. This is all I'm going to do. I've already sprayed my pan. This is the pan I'm using with Baker's Joy. So good. Let's get them in. Okay, they're in the pan with my 5 minutes. So I probably need 7. Probably just 7 minutes. Okay. So over here. A spoon. Okay, so what you want to do is you just want to just kind of spread it around a little bit. So now I'm going to pour my melted butter, 1/2 cup, over the top. Spread it some more. Hold on 1 second. Now, they're just in here. So what you need to do now at this point, take your knife, cut your serving sizes how you want it. You're not going to waste anything. So I'm going to cut this into 9 servings, and you can cut it into 12 if you want just your biscuits to be just a little bit smaller. Go 12. Rest of the butter going in. That looks like a done data. And because I put these blueberries in, I just want to add just a little bit of sugar to the top. Just a little bit. Not a lot of bit, just a little bit. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of sugar to the top. And these are going into the oven for approximately 18 minutes. And I have my oven preheated to 400 for 18 minutes. And when I bring them out, I'm going to put just a little bit more butter on them. So, going in. Middle rack. Light on. Timer on. I'm going to check them at 15 minutes because I don't want to overdo it. Okay, I'm going to wash out this bowl because I need it again for the next one, for the next biscuit recipe, which is another quick one. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That took all of 3 minutes. Okay, now these are the old-fashioned biscuits that I learned how to make when I was in the 7th grade at Madison Junior High School in Oakland, California. Miss Williams was the home economics teacher, and I don't even know if these children still have home economics anymore, but we had home economics when I was in school. So y'all know I'm old school, and I love it. Okay. 2 cups of flour. This is the recipe from back in the day. And I'm not sifting this flour because this flour is really, really light, but we always sifted our flour. That was a must. We had to sift it. 2 cups of flour. Okay, that's good. 1 sip of water. Okay, we got 2 cups of flour. I have 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. It's going in. 3/4 teaspoon of salt. My ingredients again, salt, baking powder. Put my baking soda in here. Baking soda. And I'm using, for this recipe, Crisco. You know they say Crisco is good for everything. What was that movie? The Help? You know what it's good for. Okay, so like I said, I put some sugar in there. Got my flour. Now I got my buttermilk. This is stir. And if you run out of buttermilk, where's my stuff at? I have this other stuff I'm going to show you guys. Don't ever be caught without your buttermilk. Hold on one sec. This stuff right here is called cultured buttermilk. It's sold on the baking aisle. I shop at Winco. I'm in California. I shop at Winco a lot. And this is called cultured buttermilk blend for cooking and baking. When I tell you this stuff right here is the truth, this stuff is the truth. Because people don't use buttermilk a lot. And when you don't use buttermilk a lot, like I don't use it a lot, but I always make sure I have at least 2 of these containers on hand. So if I wake up and I decide I want biscuits or something that calls for buttermilk and I don't want to go to the store, this is good. But once you open it, it has to go in the refrigerator. But this stuff right here is the truth. 4 tablespoons to 1 cup of water. That's your buttermilk. You all good. Or you can always use regular milk in this. But I prefer buttermilk in my biscuits. And you can also use vinegar, white vinegar, and regular milk. Let it sit up for like 5 minutes. A cup of white milk to, I think it's a couple of teaspoons of vinegar. Stir it up. Same thing. Buttermilk. Instant buttermilk. Anyway, if you ain't got none, get you some. Okay. Back to this. Now, where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Here we go. This is a 1/4 cup and 1 tablespoon of Crisco. I think I showed you this, but I'm going to show you again anyway. That good Crisco. Butter flavored. So this is going in. And you just take, this is a pastry cutter. This is for cutting and shortening. Back in the day, we didn't have these. We used a fork. I got this, so this is what I'm using. And it makes everything so much easier. You just want to cut it in good. And you can use a fork. You don't have to have one of these. So unless this is something that you are just gonna get it. But if not, use your fork. Forks work just as well. I just happen to have one. Because back in the day, I did a lot of baking and I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to simplify my life. So you got the shortening, you got the butter, and all your other ingredients. And everything will be in the description bar below. And I will tell you to follow along in the video. If you want to make it like I made it. You may want to make it different. And that's good too. Let's check on our biscuits and see what's going on up in here. Okay, they cooking. I think I better put them on what the people said put them on. Clear. 450. And they are going to need that 18 minutes. But while they getting ready, we're going to keep this train moving. So I do need a fork. Because now, we're going to start adding that buttermilk. And you don't want your biscuits too dry, and you don't want them too wet. So I'm just stirring this up. And you don't want to overwork the dough because they will be tough and not light. Okay, I ran out of that other buttermilk, so I'm using the powdered buttermilk that I showed you. Just using a little bit. See where we at. This stuff is so good, though. I mean, it's really good. If you haven't tried it, don't knock it. Once you try it and you don't like it, bam, knock it. But I think if you guys try it, you'll like it. This is the texture you want it. Just like this. That's your texture right there. Right back. As you can see, I've added some flour to my cutting board. This is my cutting board. This is a marble cutting board that I've had for probably about 35 or 40 years. That's how far back I go with my baking. I've had this a long time. So, flour, I probably have too much on here. And if you feel like you have too much, just scooch it over. Scoot it over, scooch it over. Just get it over. Okay. Let's put this, the biscuit dough. Remember, do not overwork this dough. Don't do it. You're going to have some tough biscuits. And you're going to be saying, well, I was following food for thought. And she said do this and she said do that. And my biscuits came out like this. Take that flour, put some over the top. And this is how I do mine. I used to cut my biscuits out. I don't do that no more. But I do this part. That's it. You said I needed this about 3, maybe 4 times, 5 max. That's it. I don't like thin biscuits. I like nice, fluffy biscuits. So, and what I do is I put mine in like a rectangle. That's the first timer. It's not ready. Nope. That's going to take a minute. And remember, we got that baking powder in here, so they are going to rise. They are going to rise. Okay, that's good. Get another. Whoop. I don't like to waste nothing, and I don't like to keep working that dough. So what I've learned over the years is to cut them in squares. And put a little flour if you're going to do them like this. Even if you're going to do them circle, put some flour. Like, if you use this, something like this, flour it, and then go down on it, push it down, and you're going to get that circle. But you're also going to have waste, unless you take the other part and redo it. But then that part, well, for me anyway, always comes out a little tough. Just a little bit. Coming right back at you. Okay, so we're going to keep doing this. I want you guys to see exactly what I'm doing. They're not perfect. They're not, you know, all that. But this is what I got. And for that first biscuit recipe, for my oven, I should have put it on convection bake, but I didn't. I put it on regular bake, and they said 450. That's what they meant. Okay, I've sprayed this pan right here with the Baker's Joy. And now I am going to start putting the biscuits in, just like I cut them out. Side by side. I probably could have just put them in the pan, spread them out, and then cut them in here, but I didn't want to do that. I want to do it just like I did it. So I want you guys to see exactly what I'm doing. See, back in the day, we didn't run out and buy biscuits. We went to the kitchen because you had everything you needed to make biscuits. And homemade biscuits are so good. So good. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to melt a little butter. And I'm just going to brush the tops. You can use butter, you can use milk, or you can use egg whites. Egg whites work really, really good for brushing that top. So I'll be right back. Okay, got the butter melted. So now what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to just put a little butter on top of each one of these biscuits. Now, when I was in school, that was so long ago, I'm not sure. I don't remember this step. I don't think we did this step. This is something I started doing on my own because I think the biscuits were kind of like dry, you know, get a little dry. And I said, well, what if you put a little butter on top of them? Then I started reading where you can put the milk wash or the egg white wash on it. And I have done it with the egg white wash, and they make the biscuits look so beautiful. They take it to a whole nother level. Whole nother level. So yeah, just brush you some butter over the top. I love when I can have old school cooking, old school food versus modern, everything processed. Nobody wants to cook anymore. And I'm guilty of that too because I really don't cook that much anymore like I used to back in the day. But since I'm doing YouTube and I'm retired, I said, you know what? You better crank that stove up. You better get up in there and share some of what you know with some of these new schools. Because I'm old school. When I tell you, I'm old school, for real. So I'm going to take this pan and get it in the oven. And the other ones are just about ready. These are going to go in the top rack. And I'm going to check on the other ones, and I will be right back. I forgot to say this part. The ones I just put in, they're going in for 15 minutes, and then they'll be back. I'll be right back. Okay, I just took these biscuits out. These are the one pan biscuits, okay? I just layered them, put that butter, melted the butter, so now they got that good butter on top of them. So, okay, we're going to go in this corner right here. Let me get a knife. Let's get a knife. Okay, this is good. This is perfect. Okay, cutting them with this knife. I'll do it around. Make sure I get the right cuts so I don't mess up nothing. And I think it's this one right here. And it has the blueberries in it. So I'm going to go right here on this side. And this is what it should look like. Now, I put blueberries in mine. You don't have to do blueberries. That's just something I like to do. I like them like that. But sometimes I make them. If I don't have blueberries, we don't have blueberries. But this is what it looks like. Now we're going to see what it tastes like. Let me flip this around. So you can see that corner I cut out right there. See the steam coming off of that? Probably not, but it's there. I see it. These are good. These are good. You can always add more butter, like I'm going to do. You can add honey, syrup, however you eat your biscuits, jelly, preserves. Eat them how you like them. Just eat them how you like them. Oh my goodness, this is good. This is good. I should have did a thumbnail before I start eating these biscuits. Oh well. No thumbnail there. Now the other ones, let's see. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give these 10 minutes. Like 10 more minutes. The other biscuits that I made, the old school, roll them out, cut them out, from when I was in the 7th grade, back in Madison Junior High School, Oakland, California, Sabrani Park. Shout out to Miss Williams for teaching me how to make biscuits. I've never ever lost that recipe out of my head. That's my go-to recipe for biscuits. Here they go. I'll be right back. I'm still working on the biscuits. They probably got about, my timer says 3 minutes. We'll see. This is a good recipe. It really is. Gone. I want another one, but I still got to take this thumbnail, so I'm not going to do it. It's raining here where I'm at, and I don't know what kind of weather you guys are having, but it's storming here where I'm at. And I've been out there in it, as you can see from my hair. But I said, this is what it is, and this is what it's going to be. But for now, we're doing these biscuits, and I just got to washing up a few of the dishes. Now, if I was in Vegas and I was doing this, my dad in Vegas, he would be right there with me. He'd say, babe, he said, what you need me to do? I'll be cooking, whatever. Maybe not videotaping. He wouldn't come in on that. But he would still come in and help me at some point with the cleanup. Because that's what kind of person he is. He's not a sit around kind of man. He's not a, oh, that's the woman's job. Let her do everything. No, he's not that. My mama, she got a keeper. She got a winner. I say win-win. And her motto is, if your marriage is as half as good as hers is, then you're doing something. And you know what? She right. Because they still act like they did when they met. They still act like teenagers. He still looks at her like he did when he met her. There goes my timer. Let me check it out. Let me see what's happening. And we're going to wrap this up. Okay. These are ready. I just took them out the oven. I had to make sure they was on point for you guys. And I just want to let you guys know that the type of butter I'm using is unsalted butter. I'm not a big fan of unsalted butter. I am a big fan of salted butter because it just tastes better. The flavors are better. Everything is just better. But use the type of butter that you like. I mean, it's working for me because this is what I got. But if I had known, I do have salted butter in there, but I just grabbed butter. Okay, so let's brush the tops of these. And I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and I hope you're enjoying my other videos that I have out there. The dressing, the turkey. If you got to make a turkey for Christmas or for whenever, please try that turkey recipe that I did. When I tell you it was on point, it was my best turkey ever. Ever, ever. Oh my goodness. The dressing on point. Yams on point. The whole dinner was on point, but the most on point was the three I just said. The greens were excellent. No meat. Just use better than bouillon vegetable. You don't need meat. You don't need meat in every little thing you're doing. We've been taught that we do, but we really don't. These are butter, 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 butter good. Kind of like Paula Deen used to say, everything's better with butter. And I must agree with her on that. Okay. Okay, so you guys see what I just did. So now, I'm going to take some out. I'm going to use this plate to put them on. And I'm going to go in the corner again. Hope these came out okay. I hate to do all this cooking and then y'all be like, what's she do to them biscuits? What's wrong with them biscuits? But just a little bit more butter on here. And I wish I had some. I know I have some, but it's not in the house. It's in the where I keep the food, in the cabinets. In my pantry. That's what I'm trying to say, pantry. I want some preserves for this, but we finna do it without preserves today. So let's see what we got going on. Okay. Now I just cut this, y'all. Y'all don't see no gumminess, nothing. This is cooked all the way through, and it's nice and hot. Cut it again. I'm like my mama. My mama like her food piping hot where she can't hardly keep it in her mouth. But that's my mama, and I got that gene. Nice, light, old school, 7th grade, Miss Williams, home economics teacher, Madison Junior High School, Oakland, California. These biscuits are good. They're good. And if y'all think I ain't eating them, watch me. Let me adjust this. Just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I know. These biscuits are good. They good without the preserves. So I know if I had some preserves, they'd be good. And it didn't get a thumbnail of that either, but that's okay. I got what I wanted. I got the flavor I wanted. And to my subscribers, I have, last check, 408 subscribers. So I'm up there a little bit. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. My 405th subscriber, when she subscribed, she let me know that she was sub number 405. And she had me juiced, and I'm still juiced. Okay? So, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, let others know what's going on over here. Give me a like. And until the next video, which will be turkey soup from that turkey carcass, and that's coming right up, right behind this video. The recipe will be in the description bar, and I'm going to let you know once I give you the recipe. Just follow along. If you want to make some good old-fashioned homemade biscuits, whether you make them how I did it here where I rolled them out, or you make it how I did it over here that's on the stove, the one pan biscuits, it's going to be good. Now, when you look at the one pan biscuits when they're baking, you're going to be thinking, oh man, what did I do wrong? I did something wrong. You can do nothing wrong. Let them cook. Let them cook until they're done. And once they're done, it's all good. Bake these at like around 350 to 400. I will give you the correct baking time in the description bar. So remember, read the description bar, because I may say one thing on the video, then when I get in that description bar and I start thinking, it's a whole different ball game. Okay, so until next time, the turkey soup coming right up, right behind you, right behind this video. Thank you, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. Share this video. And if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see what's going on over here in California. Because yes, we know how to cook in California too. Okay. My grandmother's from Louisiana. I have another grandmother from Florida. I have another grandmother from Monroe. My grandfather's from Mississippi. My daddy's from Louisiana. My mama's from Oakland, California. And can we cook? Yes, we can. Just like Barack said, yes, we can. We know how to cook. All my mama's children know how to cook. Her young men, her boys, her girls, her young women. We all know how to get down in the kitchen. Okay, so if you want to get down in my kitchen, just keep watching Eating with Food for Thought Roberts. And I appreciate you guys. And I thank you ever so much. Thank you guys. Till the next one. Bye-bye.